I was meeting with the superintendent, our new transportation director and I had the opportunity to meet with the bus companies who we've been meeting with an ongoing situation. The Board of Education members are very concerned. The Board of Education members are very concerned and will not tolerate any longer the transportation situation that allegedly is occurring. I have conversed with Mr. Gus Kakakovis and the bus companies, and this is what was discussed in part in closed session. Within 6 weeks, that is calendar days, 6 weeks from today, all bus companies have agreed to provide cameras on 10% of their buses, cameras that will have digital and audio. There will be 2 cameras inside the buses. There will be color. They will go on and off as the bus is ignited, or not ignited, or as the ignition is turned on. There will be the capacity for the taping to exist for 30 days. There will be GPS on this camera system that will enable us, when parents or guardians complain, or school people, that we will be able to, via email, check out the route and the time. There will be a lockbox included, and in addition to that, any areas which the superintendent or her designee requests that additional cameras be placed, those will be based on a concern as to either safety or accountability. They will be placed within 15 days of request. There is no charge to the Board of Education or the taxpayer for any of this, but this will be the beginning of a safer and more accountable situation. I do want to give credit to the board, who has authorized me for many meetings to meet with the transportation companies, and I'm sorry to disturb the mini powwow at the end, but...
You're not disturbing it, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kakakovis, am I saying, is this your recommendation? Kakakovis, is this your recommendation?
Yes.
As far as live video, what is your opinion on that, sir?
Live video is very troublesome, and in order to get the right system, it's extraordinarily expensive. The disc system that you're looking to do is very reliable, and it will accomplish the majority of things that we need to accomplish with putting the video systems in.
And just so we're clear, this does not prevent the board from going out to a new bid process for transportation starting July 1st. It does not prevent the board from asking for live cameras next year. It does not prevent the board from doing anything. Can I have a roll call from the board that this is acceptable?
Move.
Second. There's a motion and a second. Motion by Ostreicher, second by Silver. Discussion.
Yeah, did you mention that, how come my mic is not on? Did you mention that the buses that will be chosen to have the videos will be chosen by our new transportation director?
Yes, our transportation director, in consultation with the superintendent, will select those 10% from each company. Okay. Now that we have that clarification, thank you, Mr. Seitler. Can we have a call, please, Ms. Miller?
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Ms. Micchio?
Yes.
Mr. Ostreicher?
Yes.
Mr. Seitler?
Yeah.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
I'd be lying if I told you that I knew what we were voting on.
Just vote yes.
This is the cameras we discussed in closed session.
Sorry, but I would be lying. Yes. Sorry. Really serious.
Mr. Slatkin?
Yes.
All right, now we have the bus companies here. Durham Bus Company, you heard what was read into public, is that correct?
Correct.
And you have the authority to bind your company to do this?
Correct.
And you are whom?
Daniel Jash, Vice President of Operations.
Thank you. Is J Bus Company, what is your name, sir?
Joseph Valentin.
And you have the authority to bind the bus company? And these terms are acceptable. Your name, sir? Shimon Bolzan. You are what bus company? Zecher Yochanan. You heard the terms here?
Yes.
And you have the authority to bind the company? Yes. And you are so binding them. Okay? Bus company? No. Bus company. Where did our friend Clark? Mr. Negba, you're here.
Yes.
Aaron Rottenberg, did you hear the terms of what was read into the record tonight?
Yes.
And do you voluntarily accept them and have the power to bind Negba?
Yes.
Okay. Who else? What other bus companies? Where's my friend from Clark? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Burstein, what school? A bus company, I'm sorry. Okay, Terrace Nussin, you've heard the terms?
Yes.
You are willing, voluntarily accepting them?
Yes.
And you have the authority to bind your company. I know Mrs. Clark is here.
What about Murphy, STA?
That is, Murphy is Durham, which is him, Dan. STA is not here, but I believe we have spoken with them today, and we will have our, till our transportation man comes on board. Dan, if you would ask Mr. STA, who was at our meeting today, if he could just send us something saying he agrees to what we said here. I know I saw Mrs. Clark.
Maybe she had to go.
They left. Dan, you'll handle Clark too for me? Thank you.
I believe she indicated that she would be okay with it, right?
Yes. All right. We'll need a portion just of this part by tonight when you go home, just this little part, so I can get it to Mr. Murphy, so he can get it to the other two, or Mr. Dan. That concludes. Are there any other bus companies in the audience? Mr. Durham, you did have a meeting with all the vendors while I was away, but we spoke via phone, correct? And these terms, as you understand, they will be acceptable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, that the public should be perhaps giving a round of applause to the board of the companies. We are doing something for safety. All right, thank you. You may not, you don't have to stay here any
Through
longer.
the chair,
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to vote on the initiative of some of the board members, the addendum that we have here, the 33 addendums.
Hold on, aren't we in the middle of a motion on the BA? We're still in the middle of a motion of the BA.
Oh, okay, finish the BA, finish.
Okay, Mr. Silver has withdrawn BA. It is my understanding, I was out here, but it's my understanding that you were in Ms. Silva's office discussing the BA situation.
We were in the conference room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Scheidler. Is there a recommendation of the superintendent?
Yes, there is.
And would you be so proud to tell us that?
I am urging the board to elect Mr. Robert Green to the position of business administrator.
So that would be in the terms to hire Robert Green Jr. as school business administrator commencing February 1st, 2011 at a rate of $140,000 prorated through June 30th, 2011, pending county approval. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Seidler moves, and second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Silver, discussion?
Roll call.
Second? Yes, roll call?
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez? Yeah. Ms. Micchio?
Yes.
Mr. Ostriker?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
No.
Mr. Slotkin?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Congratulations, Mr. Green. If you'd like to come up to the microphone and just say a few words, and we will have your resume on the website tomorrow, Lisa, as well as our friend Gus Kakavakos.
Good evening. My name is Robert Green, and you probably wouldn't believe this when I tell you this, but I have actually enjoyed being here at tonight's meeting.
That's good. That's very good.
Do you enjoy it more than Seinfeld?
And it's not because I was sitting on that side of the table.
How does it rate against Seinfeld?
Actually, there could be some, well, okay.
We welcome you, we thank you, and welcome on February 1st, sir.
Thank you.
Let's have a hand. There is a series of motions.
Can I just finish up something on the agenda because it was tabled?
Okay, there's a motion.
I think, Jan, they have the floor because we pulled their motion back to finish the one we had, so you can go after.
All right, it is my legal opinion that any motion can be made, so we're going to take these one by one. There are some on this one that I have that have X's and blanks, so I would like to take it one by one.
Let's take them one by one, but I think that the first three should go in a group. You want to start them all?
Go ahead, read your motion if it's your motion.
It's all three of us, but I'll read them off.
Of course.
A motion to terminate effective February 1st. You can cross up to 40. It'll be 15 contracts with Negative bus service. The contracts removed must be all from the 9 a.m. arrival runs. The exact routes that will be terminated with Negative will be determined by the new transportation director. 2, a motion.
Can I ask you just to make that February 3rd because our new guy's not starting?
Fine, we'll make it
February
February 5th for you.
Thank you.
A motion to execute emergency bids for the 15 routes currently held by NEGRA that are being revoked. A motion to charge a performance bond of NEGRA Bus Corp for any loss incurred to the district, whether directly or indirectly, due to the emergency bids.
So those are your first 3 motions?
Second.
Those are your first 3 motions? And you're seconded. Just for clarity, and I'm sorry, just for clarity, these 15 routes, are they for a specific school, or what are they?
You would leave it up to the transportation department to pick the most troublesome routes and use those as the ones that they should terminate.
Oh, I'm just trying to, so you want to terminate 15 routes that the transportation director and or superintendent finds problematic?
It is the opinion of the board that they have too many routes that they can handle, so we will leave it up to the transportation department to pinpoint which are the most troublesome routes and the ones with the most delays, and those should be the ones, obviously, that are terminated.
So there has to be, are you saying there has to, and I'm not just making sure, there has to be a basis that there is either lateness or delay or something, right?
Well, we could start with the 25 emails that we could print out from today.
But is that what you're saying, ones that have a
The
document?
most troublesome, the ones that have the most BB3, BB4, there are certain routes that are, for some reason, the most troublesome. We should start with those, and I'm sure Patty is able to pinpoint it.
All right.
Through the chair.
Is it in the second?
It is in the second, and discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, go ahead. You wanna discuss it?
No, I just want to ask, why is the arbitrary number 15? Previously, the arbitrary number was 40. Why don't we take 76 or 29? I mean, where did we come up with 40 and where did we come up with 15? I'm just curious to know. What, is it like, 39 lashes or exactly how? What are we determining those numbers by?
It's the deep mysteries of Kabbalah.
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay, those are going to vote for deep mysteries, so vote along with you.
now Abe, I just want to say, this entire list of items, I'm going to speak to them all, even though it's in the second for those 3. I would prefer, because some of them I completely and totally get. I don't even know the full legality on some of them. I would really prefer that the board attorney look at them all.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Before we just arbitrarily start instituting addendums and stuff, and some of it looks like contractual law, some of it looks like I don't know what, and I'm not voting yes on any of it. And I don't even want to discuss it because it looks like I don't know if we as a board want to just do such a thing. But I mean, I'm sure you investigated quite well, but I might be a little dense as well that I don't understand, but I'm just saying, the 33 are pretty.
It's up to 36 again.
Have fun with that. I'm good. That's it. What I need to say. I don't need to say.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
I didn't get an answer on my question.
It was based on the mysteries of Kabbalah.
Just so we're clear, I did say this, that a board member has a right to make a motion. If they are illegal, they cannot be enforced. What I have asked now since several months in public is if there are concerns with any vendor or bus company, there has to be documentation or data substantiating that, not anonymous emails. So as long as there is documentation, which I'm being told there is.
Let's vote on number 3. The first 3, call them. Call the first 3. If there's no board member...
Wait a minute. May I make whatever? First of all, I read it on my computer in my email, which is a bit, but anyhow, I'm not a computer savvy person. I just read what I see. Okay, I got this tonight. Whatever that is.
Yeah. Don't even bother.
Never mind, I'm referring to it now. Some of it may be very good. Some of the ones that I've looked at. Others really need discussion. And to be given 33 items as an addendum, we usually have addendum, but 33 items?
36 now. 36.
Oh, that would be...
They added 3 something.
Oh, okay, that's even worse.
If we stay here longer.
Oh,
We
yeah.
handed this very busily, and it's 11 o'clock at night already, and I passed my bedtime, but that's okay.
No, this is the discussion.
This is ridiculous, okay? I would like to take this, which, you know, it's not really that bad, but it's ridiculous to bring it here at this hour after we have some very serious agenda items that we have not even looked at. To do this because some young man, I really don't blame him for it, that's his idea.
Ms. Micchio, can I address
And he
this?
has a right to do that.
Can I just address this? In my first email
No,
about this.
please don't.
No.
What I would like to do with this is, what is that? Delay, motion to a delay
Table it?
for the next meeting so we can go over it. We have had not a chance back there fighting over something or other to really discuss what's going on in the school. And I've been here 33 years, and this is the most, no, the worst year that I have put in. Some people recommend I should quit, and maybe they have a good idea, but I'm not ready, okay? But this
I agree. Now, Ms. McGill,
has to be discussed.
I agree with you. But we're going to go ahead and call the first 3.
Wait a minute. Why?
Because it's in the second, and we can't stop them from calling
Oh,
something.
the first 3 because they've been seconded?
Yes.
Well, as a matter of fact, they, okay.
Yeah.
I agree for the first 3.
Go ahead and call the first call.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mrs. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Ms. Micchio?
Yes, for the first 3, yes.
Mr. Ostreicher?
No.
Mr. Seitler? Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Emphatically yes on the first 3.
Mr. Slatkin?
Yes.
The next motion is a motion to terminate without pay all teachers that are deemed to be acting inappropriate by the administration. As we saw today on page 11, item K, number 1, employee number 4381, was administrative leave without pay. It obviously has been deemed legal by our attorney.
That's a leak. I need some clarification from the administration.
Whether it's legal or not, right?
Who's 4381, and don't say it publicly. So maybe the administration, hold on. I don't know who 4381 is, so when maybe the administration could tell us before you make legal decisions.
Did you review the agenda?
No, I didn't because I wasn't given this agenda.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let me ask you your opinion on this. Do you think this is legal? Number 4.
I don't believe you can terminate without pay all teachers acting inappropriate or deemed by the administration as such.
So then what's K number 1?
I would ask the administration to please give me the name of the employee. Could we come back to that as...
Okay, we'll come back to
Ms.
that.
Miller, can you go check that?
Okay, a motion to invite Mr. Superman, Mrs. Superman, I don't know her name, anybody know her name?
Yeah, Michelle Lee.
Michelle Lee.
We need her in this district quickly.
She comes and makes presentations and she helps us.
I second.
She teaches.
No, I'm gonna read off.
Hold up. It's in the second. Do we have any discussion now?
She was the superintendent of Washington, D.C. She did an incredible job, and then the mayor, what?
She did an incredible job with teachers, and she made many districts, hopefully terminate teachers who were doing a poor job. We need her here quickly.
Yeah. She's gone.
She is coming here according to this at no cost to the taxpayer, is that right?
Yes.
She know that?
She going across the country. I'm sorry.
A motion to invite Michelle Lee from Washington to make a presentation and recommendation to our district at no cost to the taxpayer.
Who is paying for it?
Not the taxpayer, not any title money. I guess she comes here for free.
Well, we're going to send a letter and ask her.
All right, so it's a letter to invite her. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, could we just go through like 10 at a time?
Well, no, actually, we didn't know who Miss Superman was.
Okay.
Letter to invite. So, there's a motion and a second by Mr. Silver. Any further discussion? Seeing none.
Just do all in favor.
Well, I appreciate that there are rules here. Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez, Mrs. Micchio, Mr. Ostreicher,
No. Mrs. Mickey also voted no.
Miss-
Lydia? Yes. No, I didn't recommend that. No.
so Micchio's no, Ostreicher is no. Mr. Seidler,
Yeah.
Mr. Silver,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
I'm going to be excusing myself very shortly, and I'm going to vote no on every one of the rest of them.
Okay, Mr. Zlatkin.
Yes.
So there are 3 no's, 5 yeses, if I'm correct. That passes.
Okay, now can I just read off the rest of them in one shot so we don't have to sit at 12 o'clock? Okay, so I'm reading off the rest of them. Mrs. Miller, a motion to make a public question on the April ballot as follows. Do you support the non-binding recommendation to cut an additional 10% of the school budget by reducing whole services by 10%?
The public should recognize that 2 members are leaving, the board president and the board, Mr. Ostreicher. Hold on. There are still 6 here.
There's no president or vice president.
So the most senior member takes over. That's Mrs. Micchio. A motion to not allow...
1 minute, please.
I'll sit down.
Well, I mean, Mr. Seiler, you're making a mockery here.
That's law. Michael, I don't think it's law. I think the president or the vice president must be in the city.
That is true.
But what about you? You.
This is almost unbelievable.
Attorney, I pass on the gavel to you.
No.
I can't be the gavel.
No, you're the most senior member here.
No, actually, in age, yes, but not, the meeting must be canceled.
I will need to review this. I need 2 minutes to review this matter. I need 2 minutes to review this matter.
Motion. Okay, I'm just going to read all of them so I just get it all done right away.
Number 6, please.
Number 6, a motion to make a public question on the April ballot as follows. Do you support a non-binding recommendation to cut an additional 10% off the school budget by reducing all services by 10%? A motion to not allow any raises for anyone next year. This includes teachers, administration, and anyone else currently on district payroll in any shape or form. Those who are currently in the middle of a contract will be asked to go along with this as was done this past year. A motion in regards to the policy of non-discrimination as it relates to vendors of the district. All vendors shall be created equal no matter race, color, religion, or political affiliation. Each vendor will be audited, tested, reviewed, evaluated, or any other mechanism of random check based on the percentage of the stake they hold in the total workload of the district. If, for example, one company commands 90% of the work and is being audited only on 10% of their share, the other company may only be audited on 10% of their share, not 80%. Anyone, whether directly or indirectly, who is caught or suspected of advocating or executing any type of review, evaluation, or audit contrary to this policy will be terminated immediately without pay and prosecuted to the fullest extent under the law. A motion to this one we're going to skip because nobody likes it. A motion to rescind I'll say it, everybody doesn't like it. No. A motion to disallow any 90-minute delayed openings at public schools until at least 4 of our public schools are no longer failing. We cannot afford to allow our children who are terribly behind to be further hindered because of other districts. If the superintendent deems a 90-day delay for safety reasons, then it would be acceptable. I'm sorry, 90 minutes, not 90. Yeah, 90 minutes. It said 90 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. A motion to rescind retroactively.
We can't, please, audience, you may not necessarily agree. Mr. Sightler does have the right to read his motion.
A motion to rescind retroactively the vote to award a rental contract to Catapult Learning for the rent of their trailers. The vote was based on the appraisal submitted by Catapult. However, we have later determined that the appraisal. We have later. However, we have
The
later
record should
determined
reflect
that
at
the
11:10 p.m.
Meeting over?
We have a quorum still, I think there's 5.
Yeah, a motion to rescind retroactively the vote to award a rental contract to Catapult Money for the rent of their trailers. The vote was based on the appraisal submitted by Catapult. However, we have later determined that the appraisal should only consider the time used as a class and not as a blanket monthly rent. As such, the contract is declared null and void. A motion to accept the rental appraisal of our appraisal company. I forgot the name, if anybody knows it. Johnson Realty, and the total amount of, anyone know? To be filled in by the business administrator who just got hired, for both classroom and trailer space rentals. Motion to award effective retroactively from the date of the beginning of service rental contracts to any school who have applied to Catapult and to any other vendor that is giving their rental space, in the amount equal of the percentage of the appraised value that we can afford to give everybody. Everyone will be receiving the same percentage of the value of their appraised value based on the amount of money that is available from Title I and 192 and 193. A motion to adopt the policy. Let's just vote on these so far.
What numbers are those for our record?
Those are numbers 5 through 12.
Can I have a second, please? Well, 5 you did already, by the way.
5? Yeah, okay, so it's 6 through 12. I made that motion, anyone second?
A motion.
Second.
Motion to raise it.
Roll call.
Motion 10 to rescind. On number 10, just tell me the effective date of that, please. Number 10, the effective date of that?
Tomorrow.
Number 10.
Tomorrow.
Well, there are provisions in the current agreement. You can do whatever you like, but
As to be determined by this term.
well, whatever. Yeah. Well, I have to see the agreement we have now, right?
Okay, so you'll look at it and you'll let us know.
So in accordance with the current agreement termination.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 11, I can just tell you, and actually you know this too, sir, the rent appraisal thing is not done. You know that. You know that because we've gotten new schools.
I thought we stopped accepting schools on December 18th.
You would have to speak with the Title I director. Or,
So then get it done, whatever it is, but it's being...
he is working on it, I know that, but I know he's not.
5 months?
Ain't my responsibility.
Okay, well, if it's not done, you have to remove 11.
Whatever's done, but till now. Anybody who's not done yet is out.
Okay, well then you want to say that.
So then I said...
Okay, well, Mr. Seidler, in all due respect, you're saying things, but I want to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So anyone that Mr. Johnson Appraisal Company has not appraised as of this evening
Yes,
should not be appraised any longer.
right.
Okay? Can I go back to number 8? In fact, I will represent it. Yesterday, while I was not in the country, I had a phone conference with Tree of Knowledge, if that's what this is about, and it was clearly explained to them, and there is a transcript, and they agreed that, as long as contract always said, that they're only responsible to pay the percentage of their contract. However, if they're only doing a few schools, and you're only going to do 1 or 2 of those schools, our luck will, depending on where you stand on this, will find, God forbid, the bad school as opposed to the good school. As far as I'm aware, and there is a transcript to this effect, Tree of Knowledge, if that's what this is addressing, It was clearly in the contract, which we got back signed, by the way, today, and the addendum as revised today. They were fine with the fact as long as they're only paying the percentage of their contract, which was always there. But you don't want to pigeonhole. If they're only doing 10 schools, I don't know the number, and if you only do whatever percentage, let's say it comes out to 1 or 2, that would be unfair to that vendor, because if you only get 1 or 2 because they have a small percentage, you would want to have a bigger pool of schools looked at. But it has always been in the contract of addendum, which was signed, and I got back today, that they're only responsible for a percentage based on the overall contract. So I would ask you, unless I'm misunderstanding number 8, to please remove that, provided they don't have to pay more than the percentage.
Okay, so put that in.
Take it out.
No, put into there on the list. In other words,
It's in their contract, which they signed. It is. Okay, what other ones are we up to? 14, 12?
Yeah, okay, so can we just do 33?
Well,
I'll read them all.
wait, you just,
Let's vote on these.
what number did you do till?
Till 12, yeah.
Tell Mr. Hasselfeld not to call you. Number 12. Motion to award a for rental contract for the following schools. Well, we can't do 12. Let me make it clear. Just answer this question, please, because my legal opinion is, and has been for years, and now is surely, that even though the state, and we have letters to this effect, which I've shared with the board, even though the state is taking the position that we cannot pay non-public schools for rent, it is my opinion that we can. You know that. You've seen those letters. You've seen my response. I don't know, it's been that way. My question is, if we only have X dollars in the pot of gold, what happens if the schools, what happens if we don't have enough money to pay?
That's why I said we're going to figure out the entire appraisal, figure out how much money we have, what the percentage is of the entire appraisal, and everybody gets that percentage, so that won't happen.
Okay, but you should know, a school could say possibly, well then I'm not renting that spot.
Right, so that any entity that declines the contract of that amount will be supplied space by the vendor as per RFP agreement.
Okay?
May I make one motion too, just to go along with this? Please? Just,
Yeah.
So we did that.
just to make a motion to increase security at both the middle school. I spoke to Officer Gomez. I would like to throw into this whole,
Is this a different motion than what's on here?
it was left off, so I'm putting it in.
Well, we're only up to 12.
So this is going to be 12A. I'm making a motion to increase security effective immediately in the intermediate school by having 2 more men's security guards and 2 more female security guards. And at the high school, I like to add 10 more security people, 6 being men and 4 being ladies. You need it.
Why don't you start with 4 in the high school? See how
Can I say this? Mr. Fink has a valid point.
You need this.
We need to
You need
increase
this now.
security, but in all due respect, aren't there professionals, not the lawyer, who is supposed to tell you what your security needs are? I think you're right. I've said this tonight,
Well, I'm
but
making a motion to have it done effective immediately.
Why don't you make the motion to have security increase as per the recommendation of the superintendent and the assistant superintendent to meet their needs, to satisfy their needs? Is that good enough? We can't just throw out an arbitrary number. We don't know.
Well, I spoke to the officer. The officer told me.
the officer.
Can I get him right? I don't know if he's working right now.
Oh, just make a motion to increase the security.
Let's increase the security, please. It's important.
So that, are you okay with that motion? To increase it as per the needs and recommendation of the superintendent and the assistant superintendent to be determined before. Oh, you're throwing the number again?
Second, you need a second.
That's why you need the president or the vice president here.
She's the acting president.
Through the chair.
We need.
Okay, so vote on everything.
There's not even disclosed. It needs more than this. That's what we talked about. If you don't pass it, leave it. Nothing is That's it.
I agree with Mr. Fink that there is an emergent need, but we need to have a professional give us the numbers.
Why don't we say not to exceed?
Fine.
Or not to exceed 4%? Madam President, there is a modifying.
Why don't you write not to exceed 4 and 4, and for now, and then if we need more, we'll get more.
That's fine. Then do it. Then we pass it. Then pass it.
But what about, should we say, provided funds are available or not?
This fun's available.
Through the chair, I agree with I mean, the security is not the only thing. There's a combination of technology and manpower that I feel the superintendent will review and make recommendations to the board. To just sit here and to react to something that is, and just propose numbers without 4 here and 4 here without any recommendation of anyone.
This is what we're doing now with this stuff here. Some
Right.
of this stuff doesn't even has questions and blanks and X's and O's. What's the thought that is put into this?
You need to do
What's the
this.
difference?
It's the right thing
What's the
to
difference?
do.
When you just said,
That's cool. We have the motions, we have the second.
It doesn't make sense.
Those are numbers that we are, wait, Tracy, those are numbers that we're determined, we just don't know them. They are there.
That's what because
This is more arbitrary numbers. Go call it.
I have to call this motion, I have to call this whole thing, please. We have a motion on the floor regarding this,
Okay.
and
So we're
let's,
voting on Carl's motion, and we're voting on 7 through 12.
Yes, that's what I was told, as amended.
I make motion
Mr. Fink?
to approve.
8 is
Yes.
removed.
8 is removed.
Ms. Vecchio?
I will vote no on everything after 8. And I abstain on number 7. Okay? So I vote, and we voted on the 3. I will vote on 4 and 5 and 6. We did 3 before.
Yes, we did 4, 5, and 6 before as well.
Okay, all right, so
No,
now.
we didn't do 6. 6 is counted in.
I'm sorry.
Number 5 is, I think, is sort of in joke or in fun, or I don't know.
Ms. Vecchio?
How about 6? Are you voting yes on 6?
I'm voting no on 6, I'm abstaining on 7, and vote no on everything else. I'm not saying that they're invalid, some of them, but they're,
Call the next one.
Mr.
by
Seibel?
my estimation,
Yes.
voting no.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Slotkin?
Which one did they vote on?
Mr. Slotkin?
No on the rest of the
6
sheet.
to 12?
No.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Mr. Slotkin?
Yes, adjourn the meeting, please.
Agreed.
We didn't hear Mr. Slotkin's vote.
Did I just hear that the security voted no on?
Well, I voted no on everything else. If you want to take security separate, you should security separate.
Silver's going through. Can't pass it by 5 votes. Can't pass anything. Can't pass anything without 5 votes. You need 5 votes to pass it.
Time is
And I second it.
motion to adjourn by Ms. Silver, seconded by Ms. Vecchio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.